What's up, guys? Well, this one is gonna be a little same and a little different. So I'm on my way to the auction. This one at auction, and like I say, it's kind of an oddball vehicle for an auction. And the other thing you need to know about me is that before I was always into trucks. Trucks have always been my thing, but I took a little bit of a, not really a siesta, but in the midst of some truck stuff about 10-20 years ago, I got into some import cars, and had a number of them, and this kind of follows in those footsteps, and I'm pretty excited, to be honest with you, for this car. Yep, and that's, hey, we had to stop because I had to pee really bad right around the corner from the auction, but I did bring the little trailer because low deck. So, let's get in here. All right, so we're all paid up, and you can get plates here, but I didn't get plates because, yeah, we're not going to be driving this anytime soon. We know we got work to do to it, as you'll see. All right, either I'm blind, or I didn't listen to her, or it's hiding. Oh, I see it. It's just not the very big car. I see it. All right, we'll bring you back. All right, so I didn't buy a Kia, but I did buy a Volvo, and you can see she got some body damage. Yeah, see, this happened a while ago. There's a zip tie holding that grill together. So she needs a hood. She needs a fender is salvageable. She ain't been driven in a while. Look at all that film on there, if you can see that. Needs a couple doors, but I'll be honest with you, those probably won't happen. Tires, as the picture showed, are really in pretty good shape. We got curb rash, to be expected, but yeah, tires are completely and utterly mismatched. There may literally be 4 different 17-inch tires on this thing. She needs brakes very badly. Main Street Properties, 21 and 22, Western Michigan. But, you know, the reason I bought this car, guys, yeah, it's got some body damage. My daughter can live with that. That's why I bought this. It's also a freaking Volvo, so I couldn't put her in a safer car. Oh, God, I love these interiors. My God, I haven't sat in Volvo seats for a minute. Holy crap. My goodness. Key is cabled. All right, there we go. Keys in it. All right, do I know what I'm doing? Foot was on the brake. Well, it's got battery power. Maybe got to hold it. Word is that the hood doesn't open. So, I mean, I'm prepared if I have to load this. Without driving it on, I can, but it's supposed to start and run and drive. So let me see if I can figure out why that's not happening. All right, well, we figured it out, is that we had to, I don't know if it's something you have to do or if it's something that is a problem with the ignition, but I had to push the key in and then the ignition came on. She needs a battery bad. She starts hard, but we got a check engine light and we got low tire pressure, which was stated in the ad. She does have 220,000 miles on her, but I mean, this little 4.4 liter V8 is firing on all cylinders. mean, she sounds good. I love that 7,000 RPM rev limit. Jeez. I don't know how the nav works, but that pops up. I don't listen to that kind of music, but let's see if we have a... I don't know. We won't worry about that. You know, there's some peeling on some of the surfaces. It definitely needs a hard cleaning. But, you know, it's generally intact. So let's see if we can get this thing on the trailer. I don't want to let it run too long until I can get the hood open and get this whole thing figured out. Now I got to figure out how to release the park brake. There. Now I release the parking brake. It does run and drive, fellas. So that's a very good sign. So we're gonna, it goes into reverse. All right, I don't think we did bad for under $1,100 out the door. All right, I'll bring you back. All right, guys. Let me just tell you how much I hate this trailer. I've always hated this trailer because of the way the D-rings are. But anyway, she's tied down. It's not overly pretty, but it's not going anywhere. I bought these straps mainly for my side-by-side, so we're gonna perfect them for that unit and that trailer. But for now, the old S80 is tied down. Bumper's a little worse for wear from getting loaded, but that's okay. Bumper was going bye-bye anyway. So we have a little work to do, but I'm happy. It needs a battery, but it runs and drives. We'll get some air in the tires, get the hood open, check fluids, and take her for a spin, but I think we did good. All right, so this is it. This is our 2007 Volvo S80 V8. I've not gone through it at all. You know, she got oil. It's a little dark, but not horrible, actually. It's full. That's the good news. Definitely needs a radiator. Has a leak up at the front corner here, but it's cheap. Definitely needs a... Wow, I really like these bolts they did there. Definitely needs a some gaskets. Not bad, but a little bit of leaking out of the valve covers as well as the front timing cover. Known issue on these. Obviously needs that bumper and probably some lower panels and trim pieces and whatnot. Fender has been replaced along with this headlight. The other headlight I've got to do a restore on. But this fender's good, and that's why it's so dingy, actually, is because someone rattle canned it. Same with that mirror. So we'll and did it really poorly, but anyway, we'll and the hood clearly. So we're gonna do that. In the long run, I may do some body work on here. I don't know. We'll see what happens with this car. We also need this trim panel right there. So we'll see what happens in the long run with this car. You know, I'm really tempted to keep it. I don't know. Where are you on? Comes on as soon as you open the door. I really like this car. So I may end up getting my daughter something else. I don't know. We'll see. This might be a good play car for me. But overall, tires are in good shape. I got to get it in the air still. I got to do a thorough inspection on it. I'm sure it's going to need some brake work. I'm sure it's going to need some suspension work. Obviously a deep cleaning. The stuff I already talked about up front. But overall, I think we're going to be able to have us a nice, comfortable, quick car for not a whole lot of money. I'm thinking less than $3,000 all in is where we're going to be at. Maybe significantly less than that. So there we go. There's the 07 Volvo S80 V8. It's a rainy November ugly day. Nice Subaru. Sorry, I didn't mean that for anybody that drives a Subaru. Sorry. Kind of. And kind of an addendum to this video is all right, sorry, phone call. Oh, hey, there's the loader that just left my job site. Yeah. All right. Anyway. So addendum to the video, as I was saying, is I'm buying another one. So long story short, not going to get into the reasons why on YouTube, but my wife and I have decided to sell her F-150, and I'm buying another Volvo S80. A lot of it's because we got that white one home, and she remembered how much she misses driving a Volvo, and we really liked the car. Ended up settling on a newer Volvo S80 with lower miles, and it is a different engine. I had to break away from the V8. So the V8 is a 4.4 liter Yamaha narrow angle V8, producing 315 horse and I think 375 torque, and which in a relatively mid-sized car is a quick car. So the one I'm buying, I went with the turbo inline 6. It is a 3-liter transversely mounted inline 6, and this engine produced with a single turbo, a twin scroll, but a single turbo. And this one produces 300 horse and I believe 345 torque. So it's about 80%-ish of the horsepower, 85%, 90%. I don't do math very well, but somewhere in there. And yeah, my wife doesn't really care about that. I mean, it's still a quick car, with plenty of power. It is in Illinois. We got to make a run for it, but yeah, I'm pumped. It should be a sweet car, and a lot cheaper than an F-150, the new F-150. So my wife's happy. She's got the car she really wants, and it's like a quarter of the price, or less actually. So that's a huge win. So anyway, I'm not going to film much of this trip because my daughter's going with me, my 15-year-old daughter, and I'm just not going to put her on YouTube. So it's going to be uneventful. We're going to drive a few hours to Illinois. We're going to meet the seller at her bank and get everything done, sign it over. We're going to load it up on the trailer. We're going to drive back. So I'll show you the car once we're back with it. And yeah. All right, guys, and here is the 2012 S80 that I bought for my wife. This is, unlike the junky white one, this car is a turbo 3-liter inline 6-cylinder. Still transversely mounted, of course, still all-wheel drive. Same body on the car, but this is, I guess if you want to call it a generation or a refresh later. So, you know, just has a little different look. They added the chrome trim around the windows. Different wheels, of course, a little different taillights and lettering. Headlights, I believe, are unchanged. And the interior got a little bit of an upgrade. This car has ventilated seats front and rear. They are heated and cooled in the front, heated only back here in the rear. You can see right now I've got these seats all the way back, and while it's not amazing, there still is some decent leg room for the rear seat passengers. And I don't have to have it all the way back to drive or to be a passenger. So there is room for the kids in here. And obviously typical Volvo, somebody's pushed the headrest release button. I don't really remember how to get those to stay back up, but regardless, there's a button on the dash to flip those down so you can get better visibility when nobody's back there. Has the original factory Volvo rubber floor mats. The waterfall dash there, as you can see, a little storage behind it. This one has real mahogany inlays. I think it's mahogany anyway, but that is real wood inlays all the way around. Has the leather dashboard and that beautiful, you know, cocoa brown, I guess you'd call it maybe. Wood wrap steering wheel. The Halo style, Volvo's newer Halo style gauges. Lots of storage and stuff in the center. Of course, it's a sunroof car because this is a Inscription model, which was just kind of like a, you know, I don't know, it's like Ford's Platinums basically. It added a lot of those options, like the heated and ventilated rear seats. It gives you the little, you know, fancy, says Inscription in a few spots. I think it adds some of that aluminum trim on the interior. Obviously, there's a bunch of features. It does have a screen, and because it's a 2012, it is not a touch screen, so you're still controlling it with the buttons down here. But that also does give it Bluetooth capability for streaming music as well as phone. The 07 that I already showed you has Bluetooth as well, but only for phone calls. You can't stream audio, and this one you can. And then you also use that screen for, Volvo calls it Census, and it's just a bunch of stuff to change settings on the car and whatnot. So this is a little over 100,000 miles. I need to get the paint wheeled. It's got some scratches. The wheels need to be completely refinished, and we need tires. That's the stuff I know about, basics. This color, by the way, I love this color. This is, Volvo called this Ember Black. So right now you can see, I think in the camera, I hope that this is, you know, it looks black in low light conditions. You get some light on it and it's almost like a coffee brown, almost with a hint of almost purple, not purple, but almost purple. It's really a beautiful color. I'm really happy with this color. Kind of found this one accidentally, but love it. Of course, we got the front plate mounts. This car came out of Connecticut. That'll be going bye-bye. And you know, we got to do some restoration on these headlights, but they're in good shape. You know, it's got some scratches, a couple very minor dings, but mostly just scratches we've got to fix. You can see the steer tires are a little worse for wear, so they're going away. I think we're going to put a match set on it, and while they're off, we're gonna get those wheels cleaned up, and whether I clean them up and sand them, or we get them sandblasted, somebody else paints them, I paint them, but we're gonna, I don't want to buy aftermarket wheels. You know, aftermarket cast wheels are prone to breaking, and this is Michigan. Lots of potholes. So, I mean, these are hard enough to keep straight. You know, 18-inch diameter aluminums, so we're gonna stick with factory and just get them cleaned up and looking good. It's got nearly brand new rear brakes on it, so I've got to get it in the air and check out the rest of the car. But before I do that, let's get the hood open and I'll show you what we got. So before we go under the hood, I will show you back here. You know, this is a mid to borderline full-size car. I think it's considered a mid-size. You know, for nowadays, mid-size cars are actually pretty big, pretty rare. It does have a spare back here. And some free bungee cords. So looks like it has probably came with those rubber floor mats, kind of a rubberized trunk liner. So not a huge trunk, but not small either. I mean, that's about 4 feet deep by, you know, as wide as roughly 4 foot by 4 foot by, probably dead on about 2 foot tall. So, so we've got some storage space there. It does have two nice little flip down little console for if you just have obviously two people back here. So again, Volvo is good at interiors. So under the hood, what we have is, this is the 3-liter inline 6 turbocharged engine. This is a, wait, look at that. We're driven off the rear for the AC compressor. That's interesting. I'm not super familiar with these, to be perfectly honest. So I'll be learning as much as I go here. But It is a, it's had seen synthetic oil its whole life. I believe that's what's recommended. This is a twin scroll single turbo. This engine is rated at 300 horsepower, and I believe like 325 or 345 torque, versus the V8 that I showed you already. That is a 4.4 liter naturally aspirated V8, and that puts out 315 horse and 375 torque. So you know, this is 80-90% of the power of that. I've driven both of them. I can tell you, butt dial style, the V8's faster. Of course, it sounds a little better, but it's pretty negligible. I bet you the numbers would show, if you looked at 0 to 60 numbers and quarter mile numbers, the V8 is marginally faster. It is putting out a little bit more horse, that 15 horse, and you know, 30 pound-feet of torque certainly makes a difference, but it's not make or break. My wife doesn't care either way. She would be fine with the base 3.2 liter inline six non-turbocharged that these cars came with. You know, that would be fine with her, but I like something a little quicker, so this is what we got. And of course, what she likes is the options on the inside of the car, and all those fancy options come along with the bigger engine. That's just how it works in the automotive game. So anyway, I think that's where I'm going to leave this. I know for you guys that watch my channel for the truck content, you're probably like, what in the hell is this? But we can't drive trucks all the time. And man, I tell you what, if you've never driven a newer Volvo, you're missing out. These cars are comfortable and classy. What I like them for: clean lines, understated, not flashy. This isn't BMW or Mercedes or Cadillac flashy. This is subdued, conservative, rides like you're on a freaking cloud. Seats are the most amazing in the industry, flat out. I challenge you to show me a better seat than what Volvo puts in their cars. And just clean, understated Swedish design. Good power, just kind of good at everything, but with a price tag that's not through the roof. So anyway, thanks for watching, guys. And yeah, there's the new twin Volvo fleet.